All right, I'm the Flat Rate Master, and today we're talking about upselling. Upselling. In case you're new to the industry, I'll explain it. When a car comes in, you've got a complaint. Well, the first thing you're going to do is address the customer's actual complaint. Came in with a check engine light, a brake noise, whatever it happens to be, you want to address that first. Don't ever go up to your service advisor with a list of recommends or upsells without actually first addressing the complaint they came in for. But upselling is a car comes in for brakes, let's say. It's, needs front brakes, whatever, and then you notice it needs a drive belt. It's due for spark plugs. It's due for a, other maintenance service, cabin air filter, etc., etc., etc. It is selling something their car needs, or you recommend something their car could use, i.e. maintenance items or repairs. So you pull that car in, you check it out, valve covers are leaking. Well, that is considered an upsell. Now, are you doing anything wrong? Are you stealing from that customer? No. You are looking at their vehicle and determining it has a leak. And it's up to the customer on everything to decide if it's worth doing that repair or not. But it is never stealing as long as you are doing legitimate recommends. You're recommending a repair that car needs or should have based on mileage, condition, etc. Now, if every car comes in, before you even look at the car, you're recommending a trans service, a coolant service, a brake flush, a induction service, stop that. You're not helping anyone in the industry, including yourself. Because eventually the customers are going to figure out, oh, wait, I did all that stuff last time I was in, and he's recommending it again. They're trying to rip me off. Look at the vehicle, look at the condition of the vehicle, and determine its needs. So I hope everybody understands. I preach taking care of a customer's car, not just worrying about, your pocketbook. So why do we do it? A lot of people consider upselling wrong. I worked with a tech that absolutely hated upselling. He addressed the customer's complaint, and unless something was about to fall off, he would not recommend anything else. You're not doing anybody any good. That customer is not aware that their ball joints are loose. They're not aware about that oil leak. It's something you need to do to take care of your customers. Now, why should you do it for yourself? More money. Every bit of upselling helps. Just think about this. Let's say you do 30 tickets in a week, let's just say. Well, add a tenth to that. That can add up to some serious hours just on adding 1/10 per ticket. Now again, don't be stealing, but it can very quickly add up. A little bit here, a little bit there. Even if you've got customers that, won't buy anything but what they came in for, if you try for that little extra, you might get it. Every little bit counts, especially in this business. I worked at a place that was it was an interesting place. It was kind of a fleet shop. They did mostly fleet repairs, but they also did, people off the street cars. I've talked about these vans before. E250, E350, we worked on them all the time. We got paid 0.3 to do an oil change and a free rotate TPMS reset. which sucked. But they paid 0.3 to do a bulb. So I made sure and checked every vehicle I touched. Because you know what? When you're losing your butt, it's quick and easy to do a, taillight bulb on an E-van. It takes no time. I stocked them in my toolbox, so I didn't have to walk away. I just grabbed them, put them in. Quick and easy sell. 1 week, I added it up. It totaled, I think, somewhere around 4 hours added to my paycheck just on bulbs. So it's really important to check. And for most customers, bulbs are easy, especially brake lights and turn signals. Now, BMW customers probably won't buy them turn signal bulbs because, we all know they don't use them anyway. But quick and easy upsell, and most times is going to sell. But always look over a vehicle. Whether it came in for a check engine light or a brake job or whatever, look it over. Look at the maintenance history of the vehicle. Look at, what's due according to the factory recommended maintenance. Is it due for spark plugs? Is it due for that timing belt? Is it due for coolant service? Every car, you need to get in the habit of looking over the maintenance schedule. Quickly, you'll come to realize that you've been missing out on a lot of work simply because you're not checking that stuff. Now, it's important when you recommend like spark plugs. As long as they are easy to get to, you're not having to take half the car apart, pull one, look at it. Look if it's got the little white dot on the top. If it's a 120K car, it's got the little white dot and it's got the corona around the bottom of the porcelain at the hex. It needs spark plugs. Customer wants to take care of their vehicle, they're going to invest in spark plugs. Easy, quick stuff that's going to help make you money. But make sure and check that maintenance schedule. Now, I deal with a lot of Europeans here. So Europeans require or recommend a brake flush every 2 to 3 years. Depending on the manufacturer, BMW will actually set a light to tell you to do a brake flush. Well, why do a brake flush? Well, brake fluid is hygroscopic. It sucks up water. When it has a high moisture content, it's going to start destroying the brake lines internally. So there's a couple ways to test it. I've got a little brake moisture sensor that will test brake fluid for moisture content. I'll put a link in the description on that tool. Quick, easy test. Turn the thing on, stick it in the fluid. If it passes, great, they're good. You also have the option of a test strips that test for copper content. Now, the test strips are probably a little more accurate than that. Those are pretty inexpensive. The test strips are a little more money and are consumable. So hopefully your shop will buy them, but it is a very good tool to help upsell. I mean, you start not taking care of your brake system, all of a sudden you're having caliper issues, ABS issues. There's a lot of things that are important about maintaining those. You got to look at all the fluids on the cars. Look at the car itself. What does the car need? So everything, every little bit in this world of flat rate helps. One, it's going to help your paycheck. Two, it's going to help maintain that vehicle so it keeps coming back. We keep getting more repairs because as vehicles age, they're going to need more repairs, the way of the world. So now the last one I'm going to talk about is, let's say you're in the habit of, the shop's not going to sell that. I'm not writing it up. It's just a waste of time. One thing you have to remember, if you don't note it on a ticket, it comes back, you're not getting that repair probably. But if you note it in the ticket and you've got a computerized management system where service advisor actually puts those notes on the ticket, you recommended a valve cover gasket. Well, he recommended it should go back to him. So you need to make sure and document everything wrong with a vehicle so when it does come back, you can get that repair that you checked out and decided it needed. It can add up to a lot of hours just on returning recommends. So now I know some guys are going to go, in my shop, you don't ever get a recommend back. It sucks, been there, done that. All I can tell you is complain. Complain, 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 and get the other guys in the shop to complain too. Obviously, except the guy that's getting all the gravy that you recommended. Obviously, don't talk to him, but you're going to have to stand up and complain. I hope you liked the video. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you really liked it, how about subscribing? Make sure and hit that bell notification so you get notified when I put out new videos. If you didn't like the video, maybe you're against upselling, hit the thumbs down. Comments are always appreciated. And as always, thanks for watching. I am the Flat Rate Master.